Sup guys, Phoenix here with Jagdpanther, which is finally a German vehicle with a short name. Short and simple and official, very nice. Well, War Thunder has some ideas about some longer names here, but Jagdpanther by itself was already an official name, and I'm not going to torture my tongue for once. So, Jagdpanther was a sort of a successor to Nashorn and Ferdinand. Yes, despite Ferdinand coming later in the tree at 6.7, Jagdpanther was only being designed when Ferdinand was already fighting at Kursk in 1943. Yeah, so by my opinion, this is the best tank destroyer from the war, from wartime by Germany, but that's probably only relative to its BR. Ferdinand, while having an armor that almost isn't sloped at all, and despite having a vulnerable lower part of the hull, actually has better frontal armor and has better reverse. But I still like my Jagdpanther. Yeah, so as I was saying, Jagdpanther was a successor to those other two tank destroyers as a 88mm gun-toting tank destroyer. It was designed in 1943 and produced in 1944. It was in March that it was deployed in France, and it was in July of the same year that this day. Alright, got orange find it. Well, would you look at this? I don't think so, dude. Yes, so... What was it again? 400? 550? 400. Damn. He got hit, but not necessarily by me. And if I did hit him, didn't take any damage. Yeah, so it was in July 1944 that the Jagdpanther first fought. Those poor oblivious guys. Alright. That other guy hid behind the rock, huh? I still got to be mindful of this spot, and rightly so, because there really is a guy there. Damn! Forced aim on my part. Oh, that guy seems to be dead. But there's still one more dude dead. Alright, I don't think he can shoot at me from there though. So let's see if I can shoot at something here, anywhere, anything. I don't see anything. Yeah, so it was in June 1944 that Jagdpanther encountered some Churchills, and the Churchill got a serious beating. Oh, goddamn rock on my right side, goddamn palm tree on the left side. And I barely made it in time to give this guy a beating. Yeah, there were like 3 Jagdpanthers or something, and they killed 11 Churchills. So, yeah. GG for the Brits. Generally, Jagdpanthers were deployed mostly to Western Front only. Damn, it's too hasty. And it was only in January 1945 that they appeared on the Eastern Front as well. The Western Front, by the way, includes Italy, because Jagdpanthers fought there as well. To be frank, there's very little information about this, so it's hard for me to say anything in particular. Alright, just my imagination. So overall there were just over 400 Jagdpanthers produced. There were supposed to be 200 produced monthly, but well, Allies bombed German factories hard, so it was an impossible goal. Something exploding there. Alright. Also an interesting fact, when the war ended in May 1945 there was an incident regarding the production of Jagdpanthers. That is something that I have already mentioned on my VK3002 video. Namely, Brits seized the factory which produced Panthers and Jagdpanthers and made the factory workers assemble further 9 Panthers and 12 Jagdpanthers, which they shipped to UK. I find it a bit interesting. Alright, but let's talk about the vehicle itself. So, just like Nashorn and Ferdinand, we have an 88mm cannon. It is slightly different variant. It is Pak 43/3. Is that here? No. Which is more or less the same cannon, just slightly different. Alright. Come on, stay there, don't move. Ha, gotcha. So we are using the same ammunition as on the other 2 tank destroyers I have just mentioned. Also Waffenträger and Tiger II are also using the same ammunition on their 88mm guns and have more or less the same performance. What was it that shot at me? Yeah, just as a reminder, you should use APC-BC ammunition and you should also have several APCR rounds just in case with you, which are to be used when you encounter things like IS-3, IS-6 and whatnot. Yeah, no idea what was it that shot at me a while ago. The other 2 ammunition types are garbage, both high explosive and high explosive anti-tank, so completely forget about them. Still quite a few of those guys are alive, but we are already getting V, so there's no point for me to camp here anymore. However, where should I go? Okay, let's just go across the river. Ooh. Damn, I was too hasty. Though I probably wouldn't have been able to hit him anyway. I thought someone shot at me, but... yeah. What is slightly different in this cannon is the reload rate. We have slightly longer than at least on some other variants. I'm not sure if it is the one with the longest reload of the 88mm cannons, but it is longer than on Tiger II, and I think Ferdinand also has shorter reload. Gotcha. Oh, there's some guy there. Come on, reload this shit. Ah, too late. It was but a scratch. Okay, let's see if it will come out or not.
Our victory is near.
This is the part that I don't really like about this map. It's very easy to use the planes as camouflage. Alright. What? Ah, guess that SU came out. There's still a significant number of them alive. Let's just go see. Try to do something there. Yeah, so that's pretty much regarding ammo and reload. Regarding optics, there are no real optics, they are garbage. The zoom is almost impossible to differentiate from the normal view. Well, binoculars seem to have a slightly better zoom, but that's it. We also have a machine gun which Gaijin bothered to implement for some reason, because they usually don't make HAL machine guns work. And that's pretty much it regarding the armament. The rangefinder, well, let's check it, but I'm sure this is the default 1 km max range one. Oh, it's actually 1100, so it's the same as on Tiger II PIV, as I remember. The vertical guidance is okay. The negative one is low enough to spare you the trouble of Russian tanks. Alright, let's see if I can find that guy around there. If he's not dead yet. Alright, something seems to be alive and kicking. Let's wait for a moment and see. Okay, it's Firefly. Seems pretty much dead to me. The horizontal guidance isn't so good. I think you can move your cannon like 8 or was it 14 degrees to the side. Well, not much, one way or another, which is the common problem of casemate tank destroyers that have no turret. Jagdpanther. Can't wait to get that kill. No need to urge me. Ooh. Panther got hit somewhere from the left. Don't see where from. I think it was somewhere out there, maybe from B. I have taken up a bit of a risky position here. Ooh, would you look at this. Pays off to look around. Yeah, so that's pretty much it regarding armament. Regarding armor, well, it's not really special. It's better than the Panther has, because you don't have the pretty vulnerable frontal armor of the turret, and instead you have a nice sloped hull. When we get to the hangar in a moment I will show you, but if I remember correctly, I think the frontal sloped armor has like 130 or 40 millimeters of effectiveness. The side armor is a bit worse. Yeah. So the armor, as you can see, effectiveness is basically equal to 130 or 140 millimeters of armor that isn't sloped. This part is worse at around 120. So basically, yeah, and the machine gun is in some places still a weak point. So basically, an American. I will jump into one more battle pretty quick, but this time without using backup, so that you guys won't have to just stare at the hangar while I'm talking. So as I was saying, the frontal armor should let you take on American 76 and Russian 85mm cannon from a distance away. 17-pounder is more of a trouble. I think it can penetrate you unless you angle up nicely, and it's not close at all. Yeah, the side and rear armor are garbage. So if something flanks you, then it's GG for you. And remember that you are a casemate tank destroyer, so if someone destroys your tracks, it's also GG for you, because you will be extremely easy to flank. Alright, I'll go to that road on the edge of the map. There should be some sniping action there, which is what Jagdpanther is good at. Continuing regarding armor, let's have a look at the X-ray. As you can see, we have 3 crew members bunched up on the left. So if you shoot the side where the machine gun is with an AP round that has high penetration, so something like 17-pounder or 20-pounder, then you are very likely to cripple your opponent's Jagdpanther. Otherwise, just any shot in this region on the side, even at some angles, with an APH round is enough to send a Jagdpanther packing completely. Just like with Panther, this part here, the engine compartment, is a weak spot, especially when planes are strafing you. So even 50 cal and 20mm cannons will be a big problem for you. Let me see. I saw on X-ray. As you can see, the ammo is located in the sides of the vehicle. Shit, someone's shooting. Is that... Not sure if I'm looking at the random jeep or... Alright, there's something there. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Those guys are angry. And they're firing at me. Alright, let's try this. Looks like some IS or something. Alright, let me focus on this for a while. They missed. It's hard to see with all those garbage pushes there. So it was IS-2. Yeah, as you can see, IS-2 from far away can easily destroy your vehicle. Alright, this was a bit of a flop. But I'm too much of a Scrooge to use up my backup, so let's jump into one more battle real quickly. Alright. Okay, never mind. Wanted to have one more look at the armor in the compartment part, but never mind, I guess. So, yeah, the armor is not good, but not bad. Therefore, you should keep to sniping, or at least angle your vehicle a bit at least. That will always give you some, I don't know, maybe 20 or 30 or even 40 millimeters of armor more from the front, which is quite nice. Alright, might as well not waste time and go sniping here. We've got down here as well. So let's go. Yeah, regarding mobility, this is my favorite part of Jagdpanthers. It basically inherited mobility from Panther. That's lent its chassis to it. The only problem is the goddamn reverse, which is only 3 kilometers per hour, which is an utter joke. However, otherwise Jagdpanther is better than Ferdinand in terms of mobility. Ha! Nice. Just followed where the bullet came from. Oh, there's also something there. Nice. And there's something there. Don't really see it anymore. That looks like an IS-1 maybe. Maybe IS-2. Not sure. Oh, there's something there. Alright, that guy hid. Yeah, see? 3 kilometers per hour. 4 if Jagdpanther feels like it. Woo! The action's hot here. And I got hit with artillery actually. Super unlucky. Well, okay. I suppose that's enough. Might as well just finish up the hangar. So yeah, the armor here on the top is, yeah, as you can see, 16 millimeters. So yeah, 50 cal will very easily penetrate it. As for additional features, we have only smoke grenades. While in terms of economy, as you can see, the modifiers are better than at previous rank, but they are not really crazy. The max repair is starting to be slightly expensive, but not that much, I suppose. It has better modifiers compared to, well, at least SL is better to Tiger 2, but it's slightly cheaper to repair. Compared to Ferdinand, it has both modifiers worse, but it's also cheaper to repair. So yes, basically Jagdpanther has a very good performance as a camping or sniping vehicle. Not so much in direct fight unless you are down-tiered. But there are still some enemies at 6.0 that will give you a big trouble. The worst of them is probably M51 from the Israel. Those guys have very good hit rounds and they can penetrate Jagdpanther and its frontal ammo without fail, even from far, far away. But otherwise, Jagdpanther has quite a good performance for its BR. Still, I do not really recommend taking it too high up. 6.3 is still fine, but 6.7 starts to become tricky, so I recommend taking Ferdinand instead at that point. Yeah, but otherwise you can just keep it as part of your main lineup at lower BRs. That's absolutely no problem. So your main enemies are going to be those few vehicles with guns strong enough to penetrate your frontal armor, like IS-2 or British tanks with 17-pounder. Also, planes are going to be your big enemy, so avoid open spaces. Actually, you should generally avoid open spaces always if you do not want to attract the attention of planes with bombs, regardless of what you are driving at the moment. Yeah, that's pretty much it, I suppose. Other than the ones I specified, just like with other tank destroyers, your big enemy is also going to be any fast tank that you will let flank you. So you have to be careful of this. Yeah, thank you guys for watching, and until the next time.